What's up, guys? Welcome back to the PBE. One of the jungle items for AP junglers has been removed, the Magus, and it has now been replaced by Runeglaive. And I've been messing around with this for around 30 minutes now, and I think I have a pretty good sense of what it's going to be good for and what it's going to be used for, and some changes for it that I think are going to be necessary, to be honest with you. So as we all know, the old enchantment gave 80 ability power, but this new one gives 40 ability power, 200 mana, 10% cooldown reduction, and it now builds out a sheen. This is the new updated build path. But here's where it gets interesting. Now, as you can probably tell, it uses a sheen, so Lichbane is completely out of the question if you want to buy that as an item. The unique passive doesn't work for both. But if you can see here, after using an ability, the next basic attack is converted into magic damage and deals 75% base attack damage plus 30% of ability power. Now, the Lichbane has the same exact passive, except it does 50% of ability power, which is higher scaling, but it deals AoE damage, which is helpful obviously for clearing the jungle. That's why it's a jungle item. And when attacking a monster, this also restores 6% of your missing mana.
Chosen of the moon.
Now here's what I don't get. Why is the AP on it 40 ability power when champions that use Lichbane are assassins like Fizz, Echo, Akali? I'm just not getting that. I think we're going to see the AP ratio scaling a bit higher, and I don't know where it's really thinking doing this. And taking out mages doesn't really seem right to me. I mean, Fiddlesticks is getting...
I
was about to say the bad end of the stick. Fiddlesticks is getting screwed on this deal. You know, like, AP junglers that aren't, you know, burst assassins are kind of getting the bad end of the deal. So I don't see why they just could keep both items. This item, like I said, will be okay for junglers like Diana and Evelyn. As you can see here, it procs the passive, glow yellow, and it does the AP damage. I mean AoE damage. It's just, I just find it incredibly weird why this would take effect. There are a couple good things about this item. Like I said, it grants mana back, and as you can see here, look at this mana regen. That's awesome. I would love that. And I would love that if I was Fiddlesticks. That was Fiddlesticks' one of his biggest problems when he was, you know, cruising through the jungle, taking out camps, is that he always ran out of mana, and you need blue buff. People like a Mumu, he has such bad mana problems. That'd be awesome. But this passive, man, I feel weird about how it's pretty much essentially Lichbane, and the AP scaling is so low when the champions that use Lichbane are mainly assassins. If we're talking changes for this item, this is what I want to see. I want to see higher scaling on it, which I think they will do this. Watch, quote me on this one. In the next 2 to 3 days, probably Monday when the PBE gets updated, we're going to see this AP ratio go from 50 to 60. And then I'd be completely fine with it. If that happens, I completely support taking Magus out of the game and just adding this item in permanently. Although I still think Magus is a viable alternative, and aren't we all for more options anyway? Why do we only need, you know, 4 good routes to go in the jungle? Why can't we have 5 or 6 or different builds for champions? I like that. I like having to, you know, mess around and then find the best build possible. That's a fun aspect of the game to me, for me. But I don't know. I'm gonna continue looking at it and see what else I find.